What is up, guys? We are back in the building. Thank you for tapping in with me. We are here early this morning. That's not new, but it's something that we haven't done lately. Welcome to the Pan Africanism Strikes Back morning show. I always call it a morning show when I do a show in the morning. I don't do it all the time, but I do it sometimes. And when I like it and I get in a groove, I tend to keep on doing it. Guys, today I want to talk to you about angry Black victims. An angry Black victim is basically someone who 9 times out of 10, the majority of the time, is a person who's rich. They have acquired wealth. They do not struggle with the same struggles of the average African American person. But somehow, or for some reason, they are incredibly angry about things that don't really impact them in any way. And they find a way to make themselves a victim no matter how well off or how good they are doing in life. In the title, I gave you an example of 3 of these angry Black victims. Jasmine Crockett, representative out of Texas. Al Sharpton, well-known civil rights grifter, con artist. And Whoopi Goldberg, the lady with the locks, who gets on The View every single day and operates in total hypocrisy and racism for the world to see. These people have put themselves in a position of being representatives for all of Black folk. No matter how little they actually interact with African American people on a daily basis, they, for some reason, operate from a position that sees them as the end all be all definers of Black consciousness, political awareness. For some reason, these people think that just because they feel a certain way about something, that's how all Black people feel about it. And the worst part is, most of these people don't even feel feel the way they claim to feel about these different events that are occurring in our modern day. They are literally pretending to have a certain sentiment. They're entertaining or faking a certain sentiment in an effort to connect with people who, let's be real, they have very little in common with other than the color of their skin. And some of them, if you take into consideration people like Talcum X, don't even have that. 100% fake mad people. So I want to play a clip of Jasmine Crockett being interviewed on CNN, where she talks about Elon Musk and Doge investigating government spending or USAID spending and the massive amounts of waste, and I would call it downright fraud, that has occurred under the government's watch for the past several decades. Why a Black woman who out of one side of her mouth will be condemning the US government, will be quote unquote championing causes that go against the US government, calling the US government out for their fraudulent behavior and their theft of taxpayer dollars and their lack of recognition for the people who built this country, quote unquote. But now, when someone's actually going at the government, when someone's actually doing the work of holding the government and these government agencies and departments accountable for what they've been doing, you find that the people who at one point were claiming to be the opposition to government, manipulation and mismanagement, they are now the government's #1 defenders of this mismanagement and corruption. I'm going to pull this video up real quick, and we're not going to go through the whole thing, but we're just going to give it an example of how each of these people operate in total hypocrisy and how that is reflective of a common theme in the Black community that I believe prevents us from making any form of collective progress. Let's tap it.
Joining me now is someone on the front lines of the effort to push back against Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett is a Democrat of Texas. She's a member of the House Oversight Committee on DOJ. Congresswoman, welcome. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah.
This is a tricky one. Now, you have the benefit of you were not a member of Congress in the first Trump.
First and foremost, it's crazy to me how the women and the men too, in the case of Al Sharpton, it's crazy to me how these women, they operate and run on a platform of total racism and racial division. But they always rocking the European style hair weave. Like, lady, if you all pro-blackity black like you claim to be and you down for your people, why don't you take the first step of infusing your people with self-worth and confidence, which is to show them someone who is proud of who they are, and they display that through their appearance by wearing their natural hair and their natural clothing that they wore back in the motherland. The woman always got shoulder pads on and a stiff ass European style hair weave, but she gonna teach you how to step into your blackness and represent for our people. Come on, man.
Administration, you were in government, but this is what's your take on what resistance looks like for you, for me, for society, for those lawyers at the DOJ? What are you supposed to do?
Yeah. So first of all, hats off to each and every person who literally said that I have some ethics about myself and therefore I'm just going to resign. That's as it relates to the DOJ as well as every other agency. The scary part about this, though, is that only his lackeys will be left running our governmental agencies, whatever is left of those governmental agencies. When I think about resistance, though, I've had a lot of conversations. And one of the things that keeps coming up.
So now the people who resigned, she's cheering them on, she's celebrating them, and she's sending them shout outs. Shout out to everyone who said they're going to resign to retain decency. No, they resigned so they wouldn't be indicted when the obvious fraud that is taking place is uncovered. I mean, are you guys really like, are we really this like goofy? Are we really this cognitively impaired? Are we really this dumb to where this woman could try to make people trying to save their own skin and save their own butts into something respectable, into something that is worthy of praise and admiration? No. Even rats will jump overboard on a sinking ship. And that's exactly what's going on here. They know that the jig is up. They know that it's curtains. So guess what? Guess what? They're leaving. They're leaving and hoping that no one comes to them and say, hey, what happened here? And what happened with this? That's all this is about. But she knows that 99% of the people who actually listen and believe anything she says, they're just so emotional and so, hell-bent on voting blue no matter who, they literally don't care. Even if you put it right in front of their face, they're still going to find a way to rationalize getting taken advantage of.
Is how the former governor of this state was consistently doing daily briefings in the midst of COVID because we couldn't trust anything that Donald Trump was saying about the pandemic.
Right.
So everyone tuned in to really what almost was like the shadow president, the guy that was going to give us facts and not tell us to inject ourselves with bleach.
Right.
I think that we need to do something similar to that because all they're going to do, him and his new press secretary, is spew lies upon lies upon lies. We need to daily brief the American people. That's number one. Number two, a lot of people are talking about, you know what, we just are looking forward to the midterms. You
could just tell that this lady is not even a master, but she's really building up her ability to spew word salad and say a bunch of nothing while a bunch of words come out of her mouth like projectile vomit. Lady, if Donald Trump and Elon Musk are doing something wrong, and if they're wrong about what they're saying, why can't you guys simply come out with the proof, the evidence, with the actual receipts, and say, Elon Musk said we gave, $1 billion for just an example. We gave $1 billion in Social Security payments to dead people. No. Here's a list of those people who he claims we gave Social Security payments to, and they are very much alive. This is like, you don't have to say where they live, just say the state. Oh, this person lives in this state. Or, you know what, we're going to release a detailed list of, that is refuting or pushing back against Donald Trump's claim. They never want to present any proof. They just want to sit across the aisle, call you a liar, and everyone has to believe them because the orange man is bad and he told you to drink bleach during COVID. Listen, man, Americans don't care about that. If Americans cared about what you're saying or any of the knocks you have against Donald Trump, they would have never elected him president. And I'm not trying to get too much on Donald Trump. I'm just trying to tell you, Black America, we don't want to talk about Donald Trump. If you talk about Donald Trump, Black people don't even want to watch you. But it's crazy how we don't want to hear anything about Donald Trump unless it's negative, when our politicians and our so-called leaders have made our entire political identity about Donald Trump. Listen, lady, get Donald Trump out your mouth, right? Tell us what you're doing or what you're gonna do to help our people move forward collectively. That's what I want to know. You don't want to work with Donald Trump. You don't want to work with this administration. Okay, what are you going to do for the next 4 years to help not only our people, but your constituents move forward? These people do absolutely nothing for their constituents on a local level. They get elected. They go on national television. They get up there and act a fool. And the people who voted for them feel happy because someone they voted for is on TV. This is just celebrity worship. You can't tell me what AOC is doing for her district down in New York. You can't tell me what Jasmine Crockett is doing for her district down in New York. But what I can tell you is there is somebody who wants that position to help the people who voted for her, but they can't get in because African Americans are more impressed by somebody being on TV talking about stuff that got nothing to do with them than they are by someone who is actually on the ground in their jurisdiction making things happen on a local level. What is she championing? What is she fighting for? You elected her to be a representative of a jurisdiction in Texas. You didn't hire her to be Harriet Tubman and free the slaves, so to speak. You didn't hire her to be Martin Luther King and become the new leader of civil rights. If that's what you wanted to be, you should have took the long route and went and marched and stumped on behalf of your people coming together and coming up collectively, as opposed to going and getting a job, because this is a job. Instead of going to get a job that really limits you, or in many ways, it bans you from really being able to evoke any real change in the way Black people operate in this country. You can't even do something specifically for Black people. So why do you continue to use us to prop up your witch hunts, to use us to prop up your weaponization of not only the justice system, but of the political system of this country? You have a problem with Donald Trump and Elon Musk? Listen, bro, that's not our business. Tell us how it's hurting us specifically, and tell us what we need to do to stop it. And what we need to do to stop it is, oh, you should have voted for Joe Biden because he hurt us for 4 years. And what did Jasmine Crockett do for you? What did Jasmine Crockett do for you? When you couldn't afford food, when you couldn't afford to put gas in your car, when you couldn't afford to pay your damn mortgage, what did she do for you? Other than get up there and tell you how, oh, the economy's doing great, you just can't feel it. This woman is a paid attack dog for the Democrat Party. You voted her in to represent you, but she's soon as she got in, she was like, that's not the way to stay in power. The way to stay in power is to do whatever Joe Biden and the Democrat Party and Nancy Pelosi tell me to. And if that's what I need to do to stay in power, that's what I'm going to do. And that's what she's doing. Because the agenda for this lady has changed every 5 minutes. A couple months back, she was championing illegal immigration. She was telling you we need illegals and they should surge the border. Then when the wind changed, it became, oh, Joe Biden doesn't have the power to deport people. Then it became, oh, Biden got rid of millions or thousands of illegals. He put them on planes and sent them back to where they came from. And now it's, we need to stop Elon Musk from investigating the government, though he's been appointed and ordered to do so by Donald Trump, because what they're doing, it doesn't matter about the stealing and the theft. It's about ethics now. No. It's about the same thing this country has been about since its inception. It's about dollars and cents. It's about dollars and cents, Jasmine. Where's the freaking money? That's the first question you got to answer. Until you say that, nobody wants to hear anything you have to say, really. And bro, you making I know this lady is just disgusting. This lady making all this money. Why can't I see her freaking her frontal? Do y'all, let me blow this up for y'all. Why can't I see this woman frontal? Look at this. What the hell is this? And she had the audacity to try to put makeup on it. She had the audacity to try to put makeup on it. Are y'all really telling me that somebody who hate themselves this much that they would embarrass themselves on national television? Y'all really trying to tell me that this person cares about you? This person, yeah, she's wearing a wig. Bro, you can't see the frontal? You can't see the lace? And then she tried to put makeup on it to cover it up. Come on, man. Jasmine in my Medea voice. Jasmine, Jazzito. Come on, girl. Are you serious right now? But this is the person that you think is going to lead you to the promised land. She can't even get out of self-hate. She can't even, guys, listen. There are women who have nowhere near as much money as Jasmine Crockett, and they still manage to keep their hair nice. There are women who have nowhere near as much money as Jasmine Crockett, and they still manage to keep their hair nice, their hair done right. It's a mess, dude. It's a mess. And I rebuke it to the pit of hell, dude. Look at that. Now, whatever else she says from this point on, just keep your eye on that hair hat, and it's going to reveal all things to you.
We only need 3 more seats. I'm sure everybody's tired of getting emails, text messages, phone calls, trying to raise money. But the reality is that we have an opportunity right now. I know that a lot of people look at these seats that are available, which there's going to be a total of 3, and they say these are deep red seats. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. We saw that in the state of Iowa, they swung a seat 27 points so that a Democrat could win. I say we have nothing to lose. We need to go out. We need to talk to those people that finally understand that the only mission that Donald Trump has is making sure that he can line his pockets, line Elon's pockets, and any other billionaire, all at our expense. It's not just going to be.
This is the lie they continue to tell. Donald Trump is only doing this so he could make money. Bro, Donald Trump is rich. He lost money in his last presidential term. Elon Musk had a $400 billion government contract from Joe Biden. He gave that up. Why do they continue to make it seem like, oh, it's just about money? Because that's all it's about for them. For them. They're rich. They're rich. Michael, oh, leave the self-hating alone. No. Because self-hating is at the root of this. It's at the root of this. You want me to tell you why self-hate is at the root of this? She's telling you, oh, we need to flip 3 seats. We need to flip C3. That's so they can have a majority in Congress, or at least even it out, even the numbers up. What are you going to do with the seats once you flip them? What are you going to do with the seats once you flip them? That's my only question. She can't tell you. She can't tell you. The real answer is we're not going to do anything other than what we've been doing. But we need to smear the other guy to convince you or scare you or fearmonger you into giving us those seats. For real, Jakari, 100%. The woman, this woman only makes $174,000 a year in Congress as a representative. Yes, she's worth $9 million. She only makes $174,000 a year, right? But she's worth $9 million. Make it make sense to me. No one can tell you how these people are getting all this money. Nobody could tell you. I came in making less than $200,000, but all of a sudden I'm worth $9 million. Ain't that about nothing? She's only been in office since 2021. She's only been a state representative since 2021. You telling me she's such a good investor that she made $9 million in 3 years? In 3 years. But she won't open up her business portfolio. That's crazy to me. But she's telling you that Elon Musk, a dude who's rich as hell, he's the richest person on earth, but he needs to steal your money. No, brokey. You the one who needs to steal our money. That's why you working so hard to get your people back into these seats, because your money train is about to dry up. And they really don't want that. They really don't want that. What is AOC's net worth? Bet you it's higher than Jasmine Crockett's. Her net worth is only $200,000. Yeah, of course. But she's with the Bernie Sanders gang. Those people launder their money real good. They know how to launder their money so it look like they don't got nothing. But my question is, your net worth was not $9 million 3 years ago. Now all of a sudden you got 10 mil off of 174,000 a year. And that's before taxes. 100%. Hakeem, she was an ambulance chasing attorney. And somebody elected this lady, and now she's doing her ambulance chasing for the Democrat Party. It's just disgusting. It's like every type of the characters that we used to watch on TV, the people they would depict, you know, the scammers, the dishonest politician, the dishonest lawyer. We are literally voting for these people and defending them in real time, as if we don't know what a scam artist look like. Black folks know what scammers look like. They look at scammers every Sunday when they go to church. The guy up in the pulpit. We know what somebody just telling you a bunch of good stuff, but ain't gonna deliver nothing looks like. And that's what Jasmine Crockett looks like. I'm telling you, when you look at these people, you could literally just take these people and slide them over into another profession. You could take Jasmine. She was an ambulance chasing lawyer. You just slid her over into a crooked, corrupt politician. And once she's done and gets thrown out of office, then you could slide her over and she could become a corrupt female preacher or pastor. You literally can just pull and plug these people into any of these roles because they all operate on the same metric. Let's get people emotionally charged. And once we get them emotional, they're like putty in our fingers. They'll do whatever we say.
The people you dislike that are going to miss out on their Medicare, Medicaid, or their Social Security, or down in the state of Florida, where two of these seats are, they are talking about getting rid of FEMA. It is time to wake up, and it doesn't mean that you're a Democrat if you vote Democratically.
So this is where I want to get to. Who's the audience to swing some of these states? Is it progressives who understand that their priorities are being crushed, or is it people who voted Republican to whom you say, you didn't vote for this, did you?
Exactly.
You didn't vote for Elon Musk and a guy named Big Balls to have your documentation.
Yeah.
How does that message get out there in a way that entire audience hears it?
I think that you're right. Definitely the entire audience. I just don't know how many progressives exist in Matt Gaetz' former district, right? But I do think that there are farmers in that district, farmers that are concerned because they rely upon monies as it relates to USAID and other monies that are now being dismantled. And it means that
basically she's saying we're trying to appeal to welfare recipients. Farmers don't rely on, well, they shouldn't have to rely on USAID to be able to keep farming or to feed their family. Farmers farm so that they can rely on their ability to grow crops, harvest them, and sell them. Right? They rely on their ability to farm and sell what they produce to make money and feed their family. But I'm telling you, these people's entire mindset is based on socialism, communism. Why would I want to promote a situation where a farmer is dependent on the government to survive? Well, I don't know how many progressives are in Matt Gaetz' former district, but I know there's farmers and they depend on USAID for money from the government every year. Shouldn't farmers be dependent on farming to feed their families? So basically what they're going to try to do is appeal to a bunch of people who get government aid and government assistance and say, hey, don't worry about earning a living for yourself. You need to vote Democrat so the government could keep paying for you, so they could keep making a way for you. Guys, they're just trying to turn this country into a welfare state. That's it. If you're a farmer and you can't farm, get out of farming and go find something else to do to feed your family. Now, if you're a farmer and you can't farm because the government of your state government is doing some ridiculousness, right? They're passing policies that make it impossible for you to grow crops. Okay, now you need to go at whatever party's in charge and bring the other party in or someone else in who's gonna champion legislation that enables you to do what you need to do to feed your family. That's it. Oh, I know there's farmers. Jasmine, farmers supposed to grow food to make money. Why are you sitting up trying to appeal to them based on government handouts and welfare? Because that's all they got. They are trying to bribe people with other people's money. Oh, don't worry. Let us keep stealing from the American people. Support us so that you could get your cut. That's all this is about. It's a damn syndicate. A bunch of people who are getting rich. A bunch of people who are getting rich off of robbing the American people blind. The politicians rob you, and then they distribute the payola to all of the people who help them rob you, to all the powerful group, special interest groups and organizations who help them stay in office. The teachers unions, right? The Teamsters unions, the farmers unions, the women's rights groups, the gay rights groups, and the list goes on and on. All these people have a hand in the pot of American taxpayer dollars. And that's why you see them and you say, why would somebody vote against their own best interest? Why would a teacher who's supposed to love kids and love students and love teaching vote to keep kids at home, out of the classroom, learning for 2 to 3 hours a day remotely? Why would a teacher want to do that? Obviously, she's getting paid. Obviously, she's been incentivized to go against everything that she claims to be, that she claims to love. Same thing with the unions, right? Oh, we're not going to endorse anybody, even though Joe Biden is destroying the unions. The auto workers of America, the president, he endorses the Democrats, right? He endorsed Biden, but Biden is ready to sign legislation to let millions of cheaply made Chinese electric vehicles into this country that would basically destroy our auto manufacturing industry. And you think to yourself, why would the Auto Workers Union of America support a candidate who wants to destroy their industry? Corruption. Anytime someone does something or promotes something or supports something that goes against their best interest, and you can't understand why, the answer is corruption. They've been paid to sell not only themselves out, but to sell everyone else out around them. If you see my big butt up here saying, man, yeah, you need to go and buy cheeseburgers and eat pizza, and I'm working with a new sponsorship from KFC and Church's Chicken, you'd be like, why does Brandon want to promote, the same stuff that's making them fat and sending them to an early grave? Bro, they didn't pay me a lot of money, bro. Like, what you mean? I'm gonna tell you though, they didn't pay me a lot of money to promote some stuff that's killing our people, giving us diabetes and sending us to an early grave. I'm gonna just tell you, hey, I got this new sponsorship with KFC, and I promise you, the only way you're gonna get rid of this situation is you're either gonna take money out of politics, right? But I do think if you are a politician or representative, your life should improve substantially. I believe that. Not off of theft. You can parlay your position as far as your influence and all that to help do whatever, but to sit up and deceive the American people in the name of special interest is wrong. And I believe that just like athletes have to wear their sponsors' logos on their uniform, I believe that politicians should have to wear the badges of all the special interests that they have taken money from on their lapel, on their damn blazer. Jasmine Crockett should be sitting up there. Hey, any public events you do, any speaking engagements you got, I want you to wear the patch of all your sponsors, all the people giving you money on your blazer, so we will know whose interests you are truly speaking for. And we'll even make a badge for the people's interest. And guess what? The only interest group you should be working for is the people who voted for you. Let's do that. Why can't we do that? Or at least put it in a box. This politician has accepted money from this company, this company, this company, this company. And not do it like Super PAC, like Future Forward and all that, where it's all these companies combined. No. Specifically, who did they take money from? Even if you put their top 5 donors. Because then you'll at least know exactly who these people are speaking on behalf of. Because it sure as hell ain't you. Because why? If it was for you, right? Why the hell is your representative from Texas worried about what the hell is going on in Florida? You ain't flipping Florida. You got a congresswoman from Texas talking about persuading farmers in Florida. I wouldn't even let them go to each other's state. I wouldn't even let them stump for each other across state lines. Focus on where you're at. Focus on where you want to go talk about politics in Florida, you go move to Florida then. I bet you a lot will change. And that's what's happening with Donald Trump's administration. A lot is changing. This is exactly what we voted for, Jasmine, because we learned we can't trust you. You black like us, but you ain't black for real. You're a Democrat before all else. And you're willing to let them scam us. Listen, do you think that this woman, right? Do you think that this woman doesn't know how money is allocated by the government? You think this woman hasn't heard it around the water cooler, the excessive waste that is going on concerning American taxpayer dollars? Did she ever come to black people and say, hey, y'all, we could get some reparations because they're wasting money on all types of nonsense. And we can go in and we could threaten to blow everything wide open if they don't give us some pay, give us some money, right? This woman sat on the Energy and Commerce Committee. She sat on the Education and Workforce Committee, and she sat on the Ways and Means Committee. The woman sat on committees that are directly overseeing government spending. So, and that's why she's all over this. Because once you identify the theft that's happened at the departmental level, the next group that's going to be under fire are the committees that were supposed to be overseeing this. There's a committee in Congress where it's like, oh man, y'all giving $50 million to Afghanistan or to Gaza for condoms? Oh, no. No, we not. No, we not. We killing that right now. They don't care. It's a blank check. The purse is open. And they're just like, yeah, just take out whatever you need as long as you kick me back a little bit of it. And they come to them and they say, look, we're going to distribute condoms in Gaza. Oh, okay, cool. What company or organization are you going to use to do that? Well, this organization. Okay, well, let me go get on the board of that organization so I get a check. Or let me go sit one of the homies on the board of that organization. I want them to make $5 million a year of that, bro, depositing $1 million into my offshore bank account. That's it. They just put more layers in between them and the money. That's it. That's it. This lady don't got nothing to say about Texas. This lady ain't got nothing to say about her constituents or what she's going to do for the American people. It's all about give us more seats so we can do what we want to do. 4 years this woman been running her mouth. Show me something she's accomplished. She's just a cheerleader for the Democrat Party. She ain't no representative. She ain't representing you. She's party over everything, just like AOC. She will hurt her constituents. She will hurt her constituents to empower her party. And that's wrong. You should be willing to go against your party to empower your constituents.
You may lose your family farm. It may be bought up by a corporate organization. And so I think just having very real conversations, we've seen people who have talked about, well, we don't want you firing the people at the VA, or maybe it's somebody that has to fly all the time and they're concerned because we have a record number of planes literally falling out of the sky because he decided he was going to appoint some guy from Fox to be over transportation. But at the end of the day, there were those that never believed that we could end up with 2 senators in the state of Georgia, and we did. There were those that never believed we could have a Democrat representing Alabama, and in that special election, we did. So I think if there's any point in time that the people should rise up and figure out where should I focus my attention, it's on these special elections, and it's having real conversations on the doors with real people talking about what's really happening and not the lies that they're putting out there.
I want to go back to this idea. There are a lot of people frustrated about where a lot of Democrats are in this mix.
Yeah.
You're out there a lot. We've talked several times. You've got to take on everything that happens. This concept about a daily briefing. It's we've talked about whether we should act more like a parliamentary system here, where the opposition's got a job to do every day, and you see them as often as you see a prime minister. What does that look like? Have you had this conversation with a lot of your colleagues about how this looks?
I've been trying to work through it because I think when we compare it to what was happening in COVID, it was just
everything is about getting those seats back in Congress. That's it. She's not telling you how this is going to help you. She's just like, you guys need to stand up and focus on this and that. Girl, we just stood up and got y'all up out of there. Why would we turn around and stand up to put y'all back in power so y'all could filibuster everything? If you listen, I'm not trying to make this political. I'm really not. I just don't like this because it involves scamming. This is more criminal to me than political. If you put these people back in power, all they're going to do is stop everything in its tracks, and everything that we're seeing happening is going to come to a screeching halt. That is it. That is it. They only want listen, they can't take Trump to court. They can't prove that they're not stealing and misallocating your money, right? They can't get rid of Elon, right? The only hope they have to save their skin is to get those seats back so they can block everything up in Congress. That is it. And that's what they're going for. We got to get these 3 seats back so we can stop everything in its tracks before we truly get exposed. And I really think that the people who voted Democrat, even the most deranged, I think everybody's excited to see what's going to happen. See, they messed up. They ran on drama and BS, and now something really dramatic is happening, and people don't want to give them the power to stop it. And if Jasmine was being honest with you, she would say, hey, look, there was some mismanagement that took place, right? And Donald Trump is investigating it. It ain't got nothing to do with me, so more power to him. You don't see the good Democrats saying, you don't see Bernie Sanders giving a damn about what's going on. I'm not saying he's a good Democrat, but what I'm saying is I highly doubt Bernie Sanders is involved in any real theft, right? He probably was rich before he got in office, and he's pretty smart about playing poor. But who do I see? Elizabeth Warren, Jasmine Crockett, and a few other Democrat politicians who been on the take and who are going to get exposed. Because once these department heads start falling, they're going to start rolling over on the politicians who empowered them to steal. That's what's going to happen. But look at everything that's going on their watch. Why on earth would you put them back in the seat of power? Shout out to my girl, Miss Barry, for the $5 worth of Target stock that she sent your boy. I appreciate you, my sister. She always giving her brother some stock, man. Expanding your boy's portfolio. Appreciate that. Shout out to my boy JP from the LB for the $5 holler in the Cash app. I appreciate that. My brother always coming through in a major way. Please feel free to contribute to the stream in a monetary way by clicking the link at the top of the chat. We appreciate all contributions. Everything we receive is a blessing. As you know, we've been demonetized for a while, but we're working on getting it back. And I've also created another YouTube channel that is on the cusp of being monetized. Notorious BDT. So go over there and subscribe if you haven't already. And we're gonna see what happens. But you dang on right. They talking about now they might distribute the money back to people who worked in America last year. All the money that has been stolen from the taxpayer. Come on, man. Why would any politician who cared about the people be against that? I would honestly be like, yeah, I mean, if they misallocated taxpayer dollars, the money that's recovered should be distributed among the taxpayers. That's an easy position to take, whether you're Democrat or Republican. That is an easy position to take. She won't even do it because she's already gone. Jasmine Crockett is totally gone mentally. She don't care nothing about no constituents no more. That girl is like, girl, if I steal a couple of more million, maybe I'll be able to buy wigs that lay down. Maybe I'll be able to buy the good wig glue, so my wig ain't sitting up on top of my head looking like the underside of a damn 1987 Chevy. It's really bad, but they don't care anymore. They just stole from you. You know what I'm saying? And they took your money, and now they're mad at you for having the audacity to come and check on your money. And I appreciate what Elon Musk is doing. Elon Musk owns PayPal, bro. If Elon Musk wants to steal money from you, he could steal it through PayPal. Trust me. He could steal your money through PayPal if that's what he was really trying to do. And guess what? PayPal, the only reason some of y'all even got a bank account. Girl, you could be in Texas empowering young black women to enter politics and enter the legal field. Instead, you playing stooge for the Democrat Party, betraying your own people. Elon ain't worried about your peanuts. Elon is getting at these people because they've wronged him. They've wronged him. I don't know if you guys know about the situation with his kid that was transgender. Go look that up. They wronged Elon Musk. Their indoctrination and programming affected him on a personal, parental level. It affected him on a personal, parental level. And he said, damn the money. I'm getting these people out. And he just so happens to be powerful enough to do something about it. That's it. And you're powerful enough to do something about it too, but you spend so much time convincing yourself that you can't do anything, that you need to just let these people steamroll you over like lilies in the field. So they just say, hey, yeah, we got them down. Might as well keep kicking them. That's it. Yeah, Elon Musk had a kid. He got caught up in the mess. He got caught up in all this nonsense. But it's really bad. It was really bad. And hold on. But that's where Elon Musk decided, you know what, I'm going in on these fools, and they can't handle it. So now they're going to go on the smear campaign. And I don't like how all they got is smear. Come on, man. Produce some evidence. Give us some facts. Give us some receipts. Oh, well, they haven't produced nothing definitive. Yeah, dude, you know they can't just certain stuff they can't just expose to the public immediately. It has to be looked over and cleared for public consumption. That's the rules y'all made up. But we need more, I would say, civilian oversight of the government dealings. I would be totally in favor of a civilian oversight committee for the federal government, where you just have civilians who go in and look up. And that's really what Congress is supposed to be. That's the sickest part about it. That's really what Congress is supposed to be, civilian oversight. They represent your will. They're up there keeping an eye on stuff on your behalf. They've totally sold you out. Now they're up there trying to line their pockets as fast as possible. That's all they doing. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, and I know you're sick of it. Let's let Jasmine talk first.
One subject.
Right.
And for us as Democrats, we like to have experts. We don't just want to talk in mouth, right? And so it's a matter of how do we know what's coming to make sure that we've got the right expert on hands. But I think that it would be great if at least maybe every Friday we have a different attorney general or the same one that talks about the status of the cases, right? I think that there's things that we can do. We can just maybe decide on what days we're going to have transportation, and maybe we can pull on Secretary Buttigieg to come through and say, this is the day that I will pick up and I will talk about what's happening at FAA. I think we also have to start having some field hearings. We've got to go into their territory. We've got to explain to people in rural America, the reason that you don't have hospitals is because of their policies. The reasons you're not going to have schools is because of their policies. The reason that you had access to more jobs, more health care, as well as the next level of farming.
Look at that. Look at that. You see how she got to look at the paper? This is bull crap. She's worse than Kamala. None of this stuff is real. These people are reading. Look at her reading her script. Look at her looking down to read her script. None of this stuff is real. None of this is real for them. Hey, put the talking points down. I'm going to come in there. I'm going to act like I'm not reading it. If you really believe this stuff, why do you have to read talking points? I don't understand that. I never see Donald Trump looking down at a piece of paper. Never. Find me a video. Find me a video where you see Donald Trump or Elon Musk or J.D. Vance looking down at a paper to make their point. You never see it. Because what they're talking about is what they believe. They wake up every day and these thoughts are on their mind. They have to get a daily briefing on what's going to be the narrative of the Democrat Party today because it's changing so much, right? We need to have this and we need to have a daily this and that. Girl, why wasn't y'all doing it for the past 4 years? They keep promising to do something that they could have been doing for 4 years, that they could have did for the 8 years prior to that, but they never did it. So why would I believe you're suddenly going to do it now? When I know that you literally built your regime off of promising to do things and then not doing them. Why would I believe it now? That's my only question. Do I look dumb to you? And they're like, yeah, because the American people are dumb. You guys don't care about anything. All you guys care about is TikTok. And we know that. These people just don't respect you, man. And if the relationship is not based on mutual respect, then you need to end the relationship. It is an unhealthy, toxic relationship that needs to come to an end, period. And Jasmine Crockett and the Democrats, they know that, but they just don't give a damn. How dare you try to hold me accountable? How dare you tell me to stop stealing your money? It's just pathetic. It's really just damn sad. But these angry Black victims, she's one of them. Yeah, do me a favor. Please like the video if you haven't already. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you're new here, put something down in the comments so I can see you and acknowledge you and give you a shout out because I know I got some new folks up here. But yeah, they're just angry Black victims. Whether it's Jasmine Crockett, Al Sharpton, Whoopi Goldberg, rich as hell, robbing you hand over fist, but somehow trying to convince you that they're fighting for you, that they're trying. This is what you need. How come everything I get has to be handed to me by the government, but everything she get or everything I'll get, that he gets to collect that from his corporate donors? We saw Al Sharpton do his dance. We saw Al Sharpton do his dance just the other week. We saw Al do his dance just the other week when he went to Costco. I don't know if y'all can see that, but Al went to Costco to boycott racism, to boycott Target and all them ending DEI programs. Al went down to Costco, took a bus full of black folks. Al took a bus full of black folks to Costco to shop in protest of DEI programs being cut. But would you believe that they didn't even buy anything? He loaded them up on buses to leave their community to go protest the end of DEI programs at Target and Walmart. But they didn't buy anything. Well, Al, why you bringing people out of the house and you know they didn't have no money to buy nothing at Costco? He's an angry black victim. They waving and shopping. I hope they got paid at least because they look pretty happy. Maybe they got paid. Why you wake them people up out their sleep to go down to Costco and pretend? Because for these black Democrats, it's all make-believe. They don't care about none of this stuff, really. They couldn't give a damn about this stuff. All it's about is, yes, sir, master boss. You see me, sir? I put on a good show for you, sir. I made them really believe black folks went and bought stuff at Costco. They didn't buy a single thing. They even gave them gift cards to use, and they still didn't buy anything. Yeah, but they didn't use them. They gave them gift cards, but didn't buy nothing. They probably went and tried to sell the gift cards later on. Like, I don't shop at no Costco. And then on top of this, let me tell you, don't you have to have a membership to shop at Costco? So even with the gift cards, how is they going to shop? I have a Costco membership. You have to have a membership to shop at Costco. So are those people going to become members? Are they going to give Costco whatever they're charging now, $50 a year or whatever? No. Traditionally, black people do not shop at Costco because you have to pay to shop there. And that $50 investment to most African Americans ain't worth it. Like, I go to Food for Less. I go to Kroger. I don't need to go to Costco. I go to Winn-Dixie or the Piggly Wiggly or wherever, the Giant Eagle or whatever that crap's called out there. Black folks ain't giving you money to spend their money, for you to allow them to spend their money, for the most part, unless they progressive Negroes like us. Sold them like an EBT card. Damn. They would use the gift card to buy memberships. Sharpton sending new customers over. That's all it is. A market share play. Yep, but that's a market Costco ain't never gonna tap into. I promise you. Now, why didn't he say, "Hey, every African American gets a free Costco membership"? I would have been up there. Give me my $50 back. Al Sharpton said we getting free Costco memberships. Miss Berry, it is more bang for the buck. But since when do black people shop for bang for the buck? We love overpriced. We love paying double and triple what something costs to have it. We do it with our homes. We do it with our cars. We do it in our grocery stores. I promise you. We do it all the time. Why would we go to Costco where we could get 100 bottles of ketchup for $25 when we could go buy one bottle of overpriced ketchup from the Kroger? We ain't doing it. But angry black victims. Angry black victims who aren't victims at all. But they know that victimhood and the victim mindset is the only median on which they can connect with you. They know that. That's the only metric that's the only plane of existence or understanding that they feel they could connect with other black people on. Well, we all feel like we victims. And anybody can be a victim. That's why it's so easy to find victims. Because all you got to do is make it up in your mind. I'm a victim. Somebody's hurting me. Someone's doing something to me. Or something that someone is doing is affecting me in a way that prevents me from doing what I want to do. We're all victims, right? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. And that's why they hate Trump and they hate Elon so much. Because Elon and Trump are showing you, look, man, stop being a damn victim. Get your butt up, get your butt out, and go do something about it. Shut up, Alexa. But it's all about being a victim. Somebody, oh, you a victim? Hell no, I ain't no victim. Ain't nobody victimizing me. I'm out here making my own decision. I'm the master of my abilities, like on Baby Boy. And I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd. He knows what I want. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. It's sad. While other groups step into prominence and they actually realize their power and they start to use their power, right? When they start using their power, as they're doing that, guess what? Guess what? We're sitting up. We are sitting up here complaining. We are complaining about who's doing something for us, who's not going to do something for us, etc. It's a doggone shame. I mean, you got a grown ass woman like Whoopi Goldberg worth $60 million. This woman trying to say some bakery was being racist towards her because they couldn't make an order of cupcakes for her, right? It was called Holterman's Bakery in New York. She wanted them to make her these cupcakes, and their machine broke. I think their oven broke, and they couldn't make it. Do you know Whoopi Goldberg smeared these people and lied and said that these folks was being racist towards her because they doggone oven broke and they couldn't make the cupcakes that she wanted? Let me make this bigger so y'all can see. They couldn't make the cupcakes she wanted, so she goes out and smears them and lies on them, saying that they were being racist towards her. They were being racist towards her. Wow.
Stuff, but folks went and got them anyway, which is why I'm not telling you who made them. But can't be because I'm a woman, but perhaps they did not like my politics.
Yeah. And I know how hard my family has worked to keep this business alive. My bakers come in 2 or 3 in the morning just to have donuts and rolls for everybody to come in and say, we have the best rolls ever. This is what makes Holterman's. It's the community.
So if you haven't heard the story by now, Whoopi Goldberg, as you can see there, learning the hard way that going after a Staten Island institution can be a recipe for controversy. Thousands of customers lined up outside Holterman's Bakery to show their support after the View co-host accused that bakery of political discrimination. Community leaders calling on her to apologize, but instead, here's the update. She appears to double down in this new video.
There seems to be a lot of talk about the dessert I requested for my birthday show. I never mentioned the name of the bakery or the location. It does seem a little odd that when we called a few weeks before my birthday and we were told they couldn't process the order for my birthday because of an equipment failure, but somehow they were able to accept an order of a different 48 of the same dessert when somebody else called without using my name. But it's all okay, y'all, because I enjoyed my delicious dessert and I had a happy, sweet birthday.
Looks like cleanup on aisle 6 to me. Joining us now is Staten Island Borough President Vito Vasella. Thank you very much for being here. We saw you at that news conference. I mean, you lit the crowd up. You have people lining up outside the bakery because they feel bad for what's happened to this institution, the Staten Island institution. Welcome to you. Did that clear anything up, that video with Whoopi Goldberg there?
No, not at all. In my opinion, first of all, the story here is this Holterman, the family is wonderful. They're the salt of the earth. They've had a business for 146 years. Not many people can say that. They have an impeccable reputation. People love them and their business. And then this woman went on national television and basically misrepresented what happened. And, to have a platform like that and disparage potential.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. More angry black victims, right? They won't make her the Charlotte Russe cupcakes. The irony of the whole situation with the Charlotte Russe cupcakes, if you are into cinema at all, there's a movie called Once Upon a Time in America, right? And I probably watch way too many movies. I should be at the gym working out instead of watching movies, eating cupcakes. But there's a movie called Once Upon a Time in America, and I think it has Robert De Niro or a bunch of people in it that now. It was made in 1984, and you're not gonna believe this, but in the movie, there's a girl who's about, I want to say she's probably like 16 or 17, but basically she lives in what is called a cold water flat, an apartment building with no hot water. And one of the boys who runs with the little crew lives in that flat with her. So the girl basically is she operates like a lady for hire, right? She's only about 16 or 17, but she, will take the other young boys into the bathroom and let them do their thing with her, right? And the method of payment, they ask her, oh, well, what do you want? And she would say, bring me a Charlotte Russe cupcake. The same type of cupcake that Whoopi Goldberg was ordering from that bakery. Incredibly hard to find, because when I heard about this, I actually tried to find a Charlotte Russe cupcake so I could try one and see why Whoopi Goldberg was making this big fuss about them, because there's cupcake places all over the damn world, a million of them in every city. Why is the Charlotte Russe so good? Guys, I couldn't even find a Charlotte Russe in California. One place was like in Santa Monica making the Charlotte Russe. And when I hit them up, they were like, oh, we're all out. They didn't have any. So it's ironic to me that these were like basically the hoochie cupcakes in the movie. And then Whoopi Goldberg loves those cupcakes. I maybe I'm drawing too many conclusions from this. Maybe I'm seeing something that's not there, but I truly believe that Hollywood is a perverse place. And that's why I feel like there's some type of representation there with those cupcakes. No, it wasn't pancakes. It was cupcakes. Yeah. Charlotte Russe cupcakes. Whoopi Goldberg in the if you go to the screenshot of the View where she was talking trash, she actually has a bunch of them sitting in front of her. That's them right there. They're cupcakes. Right? But my whole thing is why I don't believe this story at all is, what celebrity orders anything in their own name at any business where it involves eating something? That's my question. What celebrity orders anything in their own name when it involves eating something, making an order for something? Somebody be done stuck their finger or their butt cheeks up in your cupcakes and then get a good laugh. Yeah, man, I made an order for Whoopi Goldberg and I creamed all over the cupcakes. Her mother loved them. Sure she did. Sure she did, Miss Mary. Sure she did. If your mama loved them that much, you should just learn how to make them. I don't believe this story at all. What celebrity that makes an order in their own name at a bakery in New York when I don't even think Whoopi lived in New York? Come on, man. Come on, dog. I just don't believe it. But it probably was somebody like, oh, this happened to someone else, and Whoopi was like, let me go and make this about me, because celebrities do that all the time. They do stuff like that all the time. Always trying to live somebody else's life. But yeah, so the girl, she in exchange for some punani, she wanted a Charlotte Russe cupcake. It's so funny because in the movie, I'm gonna show you a little image from the movie. So if y'all can see that, I gotta get my screens right. Dang, my screens is jacked, but whatever. So yeah, this is the boy who wanted this the girl right here. And this the boy, he was trying to get him some. So he spent his last pennies to go get one of them Charlotte Russe cupcakes so he could get him some. It's crazy. The parallels are funny. But I just wondered, with Whoopi, was you on some freaky shit, Whoopi? Like, who knows? Who knows what she might have been doing? But this lady is definitely, in my opinion, she's just evil. And what I keep telling people is like, you guys support these people, but I don't support any situation where you have to keep letting people take a bunch of shots at you until finally one of them hit. Hey, you took a lot of hits. You came at us a lot of times. You proved to us that you couldn't care less about us and our values. So why are you still out here trying to, why are you making trouble? That's what I would say. Why are you still out here trying to make trouble? You guys lost. You tried to get over on the American people. It didn't work. And, just let it rest. Like, leave it alone at this point. But they're determined. These folks are absolutely 1,000% determined to see the American people enslaved, as far as I'm concerned, because that's the only conclusion I can arrive at as to why they seem so hell-bent on creating this society where people can't say what they want to say, people can't do what they want to do, everyone's going to be scared to express themselves in any significant way because they'll be afraid that the Gestapo or whatever organization they set up to to instill fear into the American people will come and get them. I don't like it. I don't want to. This is not the America I grew up in. It's not the America I want to live in. And I know that it's not the America you want to live in. Look, Whoopi, even if they just said, we don't want to help you because we don't like your political views, man, they're a business. They have a right to refuse service to you. The stuff you say on The View, the stuff she says on The View goes even beyond political to the point where it's personal. She sits up and lies on people. I can't stand The View. The View is nothing but gaslighting. I can see why somebody wouldn't want to make a cupcake for you. I'm so glad you get the truth and sharing it to wake more people up. Stop falling for the fakers. Not all skin folk are kinfolk. Let's identify what we truly need and not be manipulated. 100%. 100%. Bro, say I have a small business and you work for a talk show that's really just a political mouthpiece. And on your talk show, all you ever do is promote the party that has basically declared war on small business for the last 4 years. Why would I want to serve you anything? You love Charlotte Russe cupcakes so much that you're trying to destroy the very businesses and bakeries that make the cupcakes that you love. See, they don't. This is why I keep telling you. The stuff that they say doesn't even align with the way they live. The stuff that they say doesn't even align. That was gross. Doesn't even align with the way that they live. These people want exclusivity. They want to live in these little towns and communities where it's only a small amount of people, mom and pop shops everywhere. But then they get on their platforms and they promote every single thing that destroys the mom and pop shop, destroys the small business, destroys the family-owned business that's been around for 50, 60 years. The way they talk, you would think they would all be at Target every damn day buying coffee at Starbucks. But no, they don't. They'll just say anything that you pay them to say. Democrats are busted and doomed. Our people who don't see this, you are just plain stupid. Hey man, Angel Bay, for real. Let's be real. Like this, the ship is sinking. The ship is sinking. And I don't even got to do a single thing to help the ship sink. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. But the people trying to shame people for thinking for themselves, the people trying to shame you because you refuse to be taken advantage of any longer, those people should just be quiet. Okay, that's fine. You feel that way? Go live your life based on that and see where you end up. You want to live your life as a welfare recipient, looking for a handout, get money on the first, and you broke by the 13th of the month. Now you got to beg and borrow and steal and rob Peter to pay Paul and take out payday loans and run up your credit card. If you want to live like that, that's fine for you. But why are you trying to make me feel bad because I don't want to live like that? Why are you coming at me because I don't want to live like that? I want to have things. I want to record in a nice studio. I want to be able to have the freedom to do what I want to do. Right? I want to have a stack of 100. Look. Guys, I want to have a stack of hundreds. You know what I'm saying? I want to have a stack of hundreds, just to have, I could play telephone with. Y'all don't like that, but that's what I want. What do you want? That's me. You might not want what I want. What do you want? What do you want? Ask yourself that. And then ask yourself, are you doing what it takes to get it? Are you doing what it takes to get this chili? That's what I'm asking you. Black Canadian, he like being broke. He live in a country where they didn't voted for their government to rob their ass blind every day. That's cool. That's what he want. He want to not have two nickels to run together. You still think you come from Africa? No, fool. I think I come from Crenshaw Mafia. You know what I'm saying? Black Canadian like not having two. What kind of money they use in Canada? I almost called it Canada, the future 51st state of the U.S. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get this chili, y'all. Like, stop, man. Listen, what do y'all want to do? Tell me so I can help you do it. You want to be broke? You want to be a communist? I welcome you to send me your check. Send me half your check. Boom, you in communism. You want to give me your money and let me redistribute it back to you? You redistribute it back to you based on need? That's what you want to do? Nah, guys, I'm gonna be real. I'm not gonna lie to you. This money's not real. It's fake. It's fake money. This is prop money that we use for photo shoots. Y'all thought I was rich, huh? Y'all was like, Brandon is a drug kingpin. I would never play around like that. But yeah, man. Looks really real though. It's good. It's good stuff. Looks pretty real, right? I mean, not really. It looks fake when you hold it up close. But when you're in a music video and you throw it in the shit, people can't tell. But anyway, but yeah, man, I don't know what y'all want. And that's what I really be talking to people like, what do you want? What do you want that explains why you are voting the way you're voting? You're making the decisions that you're making, not just voting, not just political, decision making, period. What do you want? You want to prove you're smarter than everybody else? Okay, cool. You got it. You're smarter than everybody. But when you ask these people, what is the tangible result of what you're doing? And they can't tell you. Yeah, I hope y'all all knew it was fake. Come on, I don't have money. I'm broke. I'm broke, baby. Remember Mitch? Look, I'm ashy. That's what I am. Remember Mitch on Paid in Full? Can't you see I'm broke, baby? But yeah, man, it's crazy to me. I just don't understand the decision making. And I just see a bunch of people out here telling me how silly I am, how dumb I am. Oh, yeah, you got what you wanted. You're right. I did get what I wanted. I'm not sad at all. I'm not tripping. I'm not mad. None of that. I'm good. I'm not saying life is perfect, but I'm a lot better off than I was before. And the biggest thing is I see real change taking place with my government in my lifetime. That's the best part of this whole situation. I see real change taking place within my government in my lifetime. And I don't know who wouldn't be happy about that. I feel like we averted a crisis. I feel like there was a lot of nonsense that was going on, and we evaded it. Look, we all struggling. Struggling and broke is subjective, but we all broke to our own based on our own station in life. Nobody can tell me that they was doing better, that they did better the last 4 years than they did the years prior to that. Nobody. In my Keith Sweat voice, nobody. For real. You got people who will lie. You got people who will say, I'm totally altruistic. I don't mind being poor and not even have 2 pennies to rub together so that some kid in Sri Lanka can have a better life. Yeah, you got liars like that. But let's be real. No, they're not. No, they're okay with taking from you to give to somebody else so that person can have a better life. But them personally, they don't give a damn about anybody else. You don't even care about your fellow Americans. So you want me to believe you care about you don't even care about your next door neighbor. But you want to tell me that you care about some kid 40,000 miles away from you that you never met. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. It's a lie. It's a lie from the pit of hell. But you'll keep using it because you can weaponize it against other people. That's what it's all about. You can weaponize it against other people. It's like, I'll give you an example. We'll keep going for a little bit because you guys have been real cool about contributing to the stream and all that. Thank you for your contributions. Hold on. Yeah, they keep screaming about eggs, Ms. Barry. You're right. Even though it was Biden's administration that ordered the slaughter of the chickens that caused the shortage in eggs. Let's be real. Let's be real. Yo, Brandon F. Trump. He's an idiot with bad policies. Yeah, man. And so is Justin Trudeau. He's no longer in power, buddy. So shows what you know. His policies can't be that dumb because the American people voted for him. Shows how smart you are, Canadian bacon. No one likes Canadian anything. Canadian bacon even sucks, and you know it. I want to give you guys a clip, and I think this clip is a perfect example of people pretending to care about things, trying to fight and influence people who actually care about those things. There's a guy, he's out here in California. His name's James Klug. Really good YouTube channel. The guy is interviewing a woman who has no children, right? This is all about transgender, children getting reassignment surgeries, all this stuff. And this childless lady comes up and she's all for, the puberty. This is about puberty blockers, right? The medication they use to do chemical castration for SA, people commit SA back in the day. And a lot of children are being prescribed these puberty blockers, and they basically destroy your anatomy that involves, sex, and it makes it impossible for you to have a sex life when you get older. And so a lot of people are out, they're against this. They're saying, hey, how can you allow a child to make a decision as a child that will have a long-term impact on them as adults? And there is a school of thought that says, hey, children, no matter how old they are, they're able to make decisions. Actually, I don't even want to show you that one. I want to show you this other one. There's this sentiment that children, no matter how young they are in a position to make decisions about their body. To make decisions about their body without adults telling them what to do. So this woman is big as hell. Let's first talk about that. I'm big too. She's big as heck. She has no children, but she is a school counselor. And I want you guys to just listen to this lady tell you why she's an authority on you and your kids, even though she has no kids. Ooh. Oh man. Oh yeah. You guys just, hey, shout out to Zagalita. Yeah, Canadian bacon. You guys just got your ass whooped by America in hockey, which is unheard of. You guys just got your ass whooped by America in hockey. You lost 3-1, and the coach of the American coach, well, first, then we beat y'all up physically because y'all was trying to come at us over the American national anthem. We gave y'all a trifecta of ass whooping. Beat you in hockey, physically beat you up, and then in the press conference, the coach beat you up. So there you go, Canadian bacon. You guys can't get them. I'm telling you, Canada, you guys are hurting your country. No one wants to be in Canada anymore. Let me play this. But this lady's an authority on you and your kids and what your kids should be allowed to get and not get while not having any children of her own. And she just makes a damn fool out of herself. So let's go over this. This is crazy to me. This lady sounded so stupid.
I'm a school counselor. That's my job. So if a child comes up to me and says, I'm in the wrong body, I'm not going to sit there and tell them they're wrong.
What does it mean to be in the wrong body? How's that possible? What does it mean?
It means whatever they want it to mean.
That's not a definition. So tell me, what is being a loser about thinking that we shouldn't be sterilizing kids?
I don't know if it's sterilizing. I think it's respecting a child's boundaries and opinions and feelings.
All right, so let's slow this down a little bit and just start off on a little bit better.
So puberty blockers are sterilization. They were given to SA offenders. Well, I don't know what you call it, SO, but people who basically did SA, they were given to them back in the early 1900s to sterilize them so that when they would go out back into society, they basically wouldn't be able to function down there. So people believe that this would prevent them from doing SA again. So it's the exact same medications. So that's what it does. It sterilizes you, right? I don't think it's sterilizing them. That's exactly what it is. But with the typical liberal, it's not about what it is. It's about what they think it is, with no research being done. And if you expect them to actually do research, you're a loser.
I don't know if it's sterilizing. I think it's respecting a child's boundaries and opinions and feelings.
All right, so let's slow this down a little bit and just start off on a little bit better foot. So,
you're not hot.
What's your opinion on trans kids, for example? What do you think it is to be a trans kid?
Emily, we're too educated.
I think it's just about respecting a child's beliefs and their identity. And I don't know, when I was a kid, you go through phases where you're into stuff and you're not into stuff. So maybe at this point in time, when you're 12 years old, you're I feel like I'm in the wrong body. And that's fine. That's how you feel. And then if you continue that lifestyle, then that's your life and that's how you want to live. And I think we should all respect that because it's not my body. It's not my life. I don't have to live it. But my job as an adult and a human being is to respect the choices other people make.
Okay, but if we're going to give kids experimental drugs that are actually cancer drugs used for prostate cancer, used for endometriosis, used to chemically castrate sex offenders, shouldn't we be able to define what it means to be born in the wrong body?
All drugs kill all people. We all take them.
Well, we can define what it means to be in the wrong body.
Okay, what is that?
What does it mean?
I feel like I'm in the wrong body. That's what it means. It's like I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel like myself. I don't feel like who I am in the skin that I'm in. And if there's a way for me to change that, then I'm going to do it.
And do you think 10-year-olds can
absolutely
consent to taking these experimental drugs,
absolutely,
which leave them infertile and unable to have a sex life as an adult, for example?
I think children are extremely naive, and I think children will listen to the adults around them. But I also think as a child, you live in your skin from the moment you're born to the moment you die.
So I think children are naive. I think children can easily be manipulated by the adults around them. But I also believe that children live in their own skin from the time they're born. They've been in the skin for 10 years. 5 of those years, they basically haven't even been cognizant. They can't even, they won't even remember the first 4 years. So really 6 years where they've been conscious and aware of their surroundings. So after 6 years of living in your body, you believe that a child is able to make a decision that could affect them for the rest of their life in a negative way. This lady is an idiot.
You know yourself. And if you wake up and you're 10 years old and you just constantly feel like I identify as a female, I am a female. If I constantly felt like I just identify and I understand that gender so much more, and I wouldn't make that decision when I was 10, 12, 13, I would hope the adults in my life respect that.
So if I just wake up one morning as a 10-year-old and decide that I just don't feel right in my body, I understand the opposite gender more than my own, adults should just let me get on puberty blockers and make a decision that will render me defunct down there. What if I say, you know what? I was wrong 2 years later. This lady is, listen, man, forget the lady. Let's talk about our argument. This woman is a school counselor. If your kid has a problem, this person is placed in a position where your kid can go talk to her and they will look at her like she's an authority, like she knows what she's talking about. This lady is crazy. Oh, the adults in my life should respect it. Hell no. Now the adults in your life should take you to go get some psychological help to see if we can get to the root of why you feel like this. But to just let you start making random decisions, kids think that they should be able to eat ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Should we let them do that? Kids think they should be able to run out into the street without looking both ways. Should we let them do that? Kids think that it's cool to reach up on the hot stove and pull down a pot of boiling water. Should we just let them do it because that's what they feel? They'll get you for child abuse. That's why God gave children parents, because he knew that kids don't know what's best for them. And y'all, and I wasn't going to preach today. I really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a Bible thumper, right? But damn, sometimes the Bible has very practical information that is useful. And that's why a lot of people are like anti-religion and I don't believe in the Bible no more and all this stuff. And that's okay. I understand you, you know, and in many ways, I agree with you. But do y'all realize that there are some people out here who are so dumb that they need something to guide them on a daily basis? And that's really what I think is this is the result of. I really believe that as America moved more secular and away from religion, I think we just left a lot of dumb people in a place where they really don't know what to think and they really don't know how to think. So they just are looking for something to think or someone to tell them what to think. And the LGBTQ, the Hebrew Israelites, the Nubians and the Moors, they recruiting every day. They constantly recruiting every day. And these people are just getting sucked up into these different ideologies and these different cults. And some of the people who get sucked up in it are people who have power and influence. Look at Tom Cruise in the Church of Scientology. This woman is one of the people I think would do good going to church on Sunday. Right here, there's a scripture at Proverbs, the 22nd chapter, verses 15. What does it say right here? And if you knew better, you would do better. It says, foolishness is bound up in the heart of a boy, but the rod of discipline will remove it far from him. What does that mean? In another translation, it says, foolishness is tied up in the heart of a child. The Bible tells you, children have a high capacity for foolish behavior. They're young. They're not fully developed mentally. So there is a large chance, a very real chance that they're going to do things and make decisions that are not good for them. That's why they have parents. The rod of discipline. And discipline doesn't always mean beating on your kid. Discipline is just correction. People say, well, you need a rod if you beat them with it. Well, you also use a rod to herd sheep. You don't hit them with it. You just use it to guide them along and press them against the side so the herd turn the way you want it to go. That's why if you ever see a picture with a shepherd, he has a long stick in his hand. That's to grab sheep that are straying away from the herd. But what I'm telling you is we know that children are foolish inherently until they mature. Why would you let somebody who you know is immature and foolish make a decision that could have a negative impact on the rest of their life? This lady, she never matured.
So when we look at the kids who go to these gender clinics, I just want to cite a woman who used to work at the Washington University Transgender Clinic in St. Louis. Her name's Jamie Reed. She published an article last year. She quit working there in November. She'd worked there for 4 years as case manager. And she describes herself as a queer woman. She's married to a trans man. And she says she's politically left of Bernie Sanders. So she's not some conservative, right?
Right.
And she says all these kids that show up at the gender clinic all have some other underlying mental health comorbidity.
Mm-hmm.
Close to half of them are on the autism spectrum.
Okay.
Kids who have suffered abuse or trauma or sexual abuse or have borderline personality disorder, kids who are cutting, kids with eating disorders. It's all these kids who are struggling with something in life. And they're being treated as though gender is the underlying cause of all these issues. And oftentimes on their very first appointment, they're being prescribed these extraordinarily damaging puberty-blocking drugs, which have never been approved for this purpose. Other countries in the world like Sweden, Finland, England, Norway are doing away with this practice, progressive countries, not because of politicians, but because their medical boards conducted a systematic review of all the evidence.
We got our phone, guys.
Yet we're taking all these kids who are struggling with varying things and we're just right away putting them on this regimen of puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones. Don't you think maybe we should be slowing it down and treating these other conditions as well?
I absolutely think we should treat all conditions. If a child's gone through trauma, I think they deserve treatment for that as well. Like, I'm not saying that. I don't think it's one or the other. But I do think just because a child's experienced trauma or been through things that I can't imagine doesn't mean we shouldn't believe the things that they're telling us. I could have gone through something extremely traumatic. I could have had my house burned down in front of me and my parents die while I'm sitting there. That doesn't mean I don't feel like I'm in the wrong body.
But what
Those
I'm telling
could be
you
two separate incidents.
is these kids, statistically speaking, are children who've suffered abuse or trauma. And we're not
do you
treating
think
that
maybe
anymore.
that abuse and trauma made them feel inferior or wrong, or like, you know, something is wrong with me. I can't be the person I want to be because clearly the adults in my life don't respect it. So maybe if I'm someone else, it'll be better, which isn't.
Okay, so she just killed her own argument because she's literally admitting that the kids have gone through some type of abuse or trauma. So that's making them feel like they can't what? They can't be the person they want to be. So they need to become someone else so that people respect that. What do we know as adults, guys? You got to be who you are no matter what, no matter who respects it or not. And you don't change you to appease other people. You change your surroundings. You change your surroundings. And you surround yourself with people who accept you for who you are. She's literally going against every single thing these people taught in school for the past 100 years. Now, change yourself to fit the mold of society. Bro, society and trends and opinions are constantly changing. So if you're changing yourself to fit society, guess what? You're always going to be changing. So you chop your stuff off. Now, 10 years, the trend changed. Now you're like, dang, can I sew it back home? This is ridiculous. Zach, for real, that's a perfect point. Zagalita says she should have both legs removed to help with her weight issues. Yeah, that's like doing that. Oh, man, I'm overweight. Let me cut my legs off. They're about 50 pounds each. I'll go down 100 pounds overnight. Come on, man. These people make no sense. And to have this woman working in a school, oh, my God. Oh, my goodness.
Good thinking. But that's how kids think. And I think we should encourage and support children who want to be who they want to be. I think that's what it comes down to.
She said, I know it's not good thinking, but that's how kids think. So we should support them in their wrong thinking and let them do things to their body that they can't reverse based on their wrong thinking. Man, if that was I would have said thank you and just walked off right at that point, because she proved everything they're saying. She proved it.
So I think the more we support children being who they want to be, the better adults we're going to have in the future.
But 10-year-olds engage in magical thinking, right?
Absolutely. I'm a school counselor. That's my job. I literally do this professionally.
Can children consent to giving away adult sexual function? Can they consent to giving away adult sexual function?
Here, let me tell you what he's talking about.
So you're saying that as an adult, their ability to have sex may be different due to the decisions they made as a child.
So Marcy Bowers is a person who says he's a trans woman. He's the president of the World Professional Association for Transgender Health.
Pause. He says he's a trans woman.
That's right.
So she says X, Y, and Z.
Well, you can use whatever pronouns you wish.
Well, no, that's what I mean. That we're going to respect people who they are.
Well, you guys, making America healthy again starts with you and me. And I want to introduce you to an amazing tool that I've been using to increase my energy levels and to maintain a healthy diet. Lumen is the world's first handheld metabolic coach. It's a device that measures your metabolism through your breath and on with your metabolism all the time. And Lumen will get.
Oh, you're interrupting my.
What I do when you go home is not my business. Respect people's.
To get 15% off your Lumen today.
We're gonna play this last little part at the end of here where she starts realizing that she's not making any sense. So then she starts doing what liberals do the best. Start filibustering so you can't get your point across.
That is lumen.me/Klug for 15% off your purchase. Thank you, Lumen, for sponsoring this video. Let's get back into it.
When people don't respect people's boundaries and don't respect these identities and don't respect that's when there's issues. That's why trans kids have the highest suicide rate out of everybody.
All right, well,
because people do not accept them. It's not my business. Okay. What you do when you go home is not my business.
Stay focused on this one issue, though.
Okay, we're talking about sex. I'm 10 years old.
Well, let me tell you what Marcy Bowers says. So Marcy Bowers is the president.
What I'm speaking.
So these kids delete themselves because no one accepts them. They don't even accept themselves. They don't even accept themselves. How do you expect people to accept you when you're not even accepting you? You're not even you anymore because you're constantly changing yourself because you don't feel comfortable being you because the world's telling you something's wrong with you. The world's telling you, yeah, you should just change yourself. Hey, see you later, Zach. Have a good dinner. Peace. But yeah, you don't even accept you. So how would you even know if I'm accepting you or not? Someone accepting you doesn't mean that person capitulates to every whim that you have. Someone surrenders their mind to your delusion. That's not acceptance. That's pandering. It's not about being accepted. They mad because you won't pander to them and make yourself uncomfortable to make them more comfortable. No one owes you that.
All right.
So what I'm saying
but sorry for speaking while you're interrupting. My
what I feel like you just want to argue. Like I'm giving you very valid, extremely
Do you mind if he gets his point out and then you can take it away?
Actually, I'm finished. My food is.
So Marcy Bowers is the president of WPATH. Marcy admits that none of the children.
I don't appreciate your mission, and I hope that you start to think differently in the future, and you support the children in the ways they
No,
need to support it.
chemical
Marcy has
castration.
stated that none of the children.
Just like the way you phrase that. Like, what are you getting out of that?
Hold on.
Like, what are you getting from a student? Like, from telling a child, like the way you
We're
put
talking
things,
about the
way
truth
you
of what
frame
happens.
things.
He's actually trying to tell you exactly what
And
one of
then
the
here you
leaders
are,
in the
like,
industry is saying is happening, and you're not even willing to have the
You're
conversation.
framing.
You're not even willing to listen to him.
Because I know exactly
What am I
where
gonna
he's
say?
coming from.
What is he going to say?
I know where he's coming from, the same place you're coming from, where you're going to frame it to fit the way that you believe. And
I
that's
can show you the
fine.
video from Marcy Bowers
It's
right
not
now.
even a conservative. We're not even talking about.
Did I say conservative? Did I say conservative or liberal? I said what you
All right.
believe.
So how are we going to frame it then?
You're framing it in that what this is wrong. That's what you believe.
No. Specifically, what is he getting at?
You're saying that trans kids being on puberty blockers affecting their sexual health and sexual, I don't even know how you say it, like how they have sex
Bowers has
in
said
the
none of the
future.
boys as adults have ever been able to have an orgasm who started puberty blockers at Tanner stage 2. Not one of the boys who started puberty blockers at Tanner stage 2
Well,
as
how
adults
big was that
have
sample
sexual
size?
function. He's the president of WPATH, so they know about
Of
all
what?
the thousands of kids. WPATH.
Okay.
You know,
She doesn't even know anything about transgender, or like, these people have a surface level interest in this stuff. They basically, to be a liberal, just say whatever you think sounds the most compassionate. It doesn't really matter the real impact of it. It doesn't really matter if it's hurting people. Just say whatever you think sounds compassionate, so you can make the person who's debating you or correcting you seem like they're just a angry, hateful bigot who hates everyone and wants to see all trans kids delete themselves. That's all this is about. That's all this is about. We're going to win the war of optics. Right? It's like they don't care about these kids. They don't care about anything. They don't care about these kids. She gets paid to pander to children who want to do things that they shouldn't be allowed to do, but their parents are too afraid to say anything to them, because if the kid goes to school and tells the teacher, now you're not affirming your kid and you're a criminal, your kid's getting removed. But yeah, the whole thing is ridiculous. The whole thing is just ridiculous. It stinks to high heaven of corruption and manipulation and all this stuff. It's toxic as hell. She knows it. She knows it damn well. But it's like they're like brainwashed. And some of them are like, they know they're in the matrix, but instead of saying, yeah, man, I need to get out of the matrix and like, good work, they're like, no, you need to stop fighting it and just come in and join us. Man, get the hell out of here. And these people are in California. You know, that's right by where I live. But, you know, I don't let teachers talk to my kid and have the final say. I have the final say when it comes to my kid, because the teacher got him for a few hours at school. I got him all damn day. If I tell them miss school, they won't be up under the teacher that day, right? And as a parent, you have to be the greatest influence on your kid. Don't just send your kid to school and trust that the teachers are going to do the right thing, because that woman's a counselor. She's working in the schools. And she's wrong as two left shoes, and she knows she's wrong. Excuse me. But she'll continue arguing. She'll argue you up and down because she's been trained and forced to have that thought process. And she's like, I gotta stay in this, I gotta stay on point. I gotta stay on code with the delusion, or else I might lose my job or be deemed unhireable. And that's all it's about. Look who she's hanging with. Look who she's running around with. These people, she's like, I don't like myself, and I wish I was brave enough to get on puberty block, but she won't. And what you have is a lot of these people, they're trying to live vicariously through your kid. Let me encourage your kid to crash out, because I had the same feelings, but I was too afraid to do it. Hell to the no. Stop going alarms going on. All right, guys, look, we got to call it a day. I will be back with y'all later on today with some more content. Thank you so much for watching this. If you're coming in late, I'm probably gonna chop up this live into clips. I am gonna do it. I'm gonna chop this live up into clips, and I'm gonna post them over on my Notorious BDT YouTube channel. I'm gonna chop this live stream up and post the clips over at Notorious BDT. That is my other YouTube channel. Go over there if you haven't already. Like, share, subscribe, watch all the videos, and help us get to 4,000 watch hours so we can get monetized. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. This is it right here. Notorious BDT. Go over there, subscribe if you have not already. Watch the videos that are up. We got some stuff about Kendrick Lamar. We got the video of my high-speed chase through the streets of Long Beach. We got some good stuff over here right now. Go check it out. We also have some shorts. Go check it all out. And if you want to, see the clips, condensed clips of this live stream, they'll be posted over there by this afternoon. Thank you so much for watching this. I appreciate every single thing you do for me and this channel. If you are new, thank you for stopping in and giving us a chance. Until the next time, take care of yourself, but most importantly, please take care of each other. Peace.